What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the show recap with Mo. Well, we're getting ready to talk a little bit about Tyler Perry's Sistas, alright? But before we get into this thing, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss shit that's going down. So let's go ahead and get into this trailer breakdown. So the episode we're getting ready to talk about is Season 6, Episode 18 from the Blindside. Now, the synopsis for this trailer states, when Jordan's sister Penelope shows up. Now, we can just stop right here, all right? Because I'm intrigued as hell. Now, I know from the information that we have received before, prior to all of this, we know that Penelope is absolutely beautiful. At least that's what we read in the cast and all of that stuff for the new characters for this season. Now, that ain't what got me. What got me was it states that Gary and Andi are both put in an uncomfortable situation. So let's go ahead and start off with the first clip that we see in the trailer breakdown, right? We see Brother Gary is standing over here. He's been introduced by Jordan to Gary. Gary's like, do we know each other? Have we met? And Andi's face says it all, man. When Gary says that to her and she's like, are you crazy? Like, for real? Like, for real, we're going to play these games right now. Now, I know she doesn't really want to put her business out there on Front Street. With Jordan right here, she feels like she's met this great guy and they're meeting up for the second time. So she really doesn't want to mess, what they got going on. But this situation right here is ridiculous, man. And I'm like, what in the hell is Gary doing? Now, we already know from some of the things that I've read, some of the things that we've heard, quite possibly there's a reason why he's acting. Of course, there's a reason why he's acting like this, right? But for this man just not to own his shit, like at this point, obviously you at this man's house for a reason. Obviously, you just got caught up. And it's time to just man up Gary at this point. And maybe he will, maybe he won't. We will find out later, right? But in this situation, I don't see how Gary is going to get his way out of it. Definitely when it says that she shows up. So now with her showing up, and from what we understand, she's pregnant as well. Oh, hell to the... So all this time you've been trying to convince Andi to stay locked down at the penthouse, like, I got you, I can come over here, I can move back in, but you got a whole allegedly you got a whole fiance over here on the side who's pregnant at the same time. Like, what's good, bro? Like, if you trying to live this type of life, then it's best that you cover your footsteps. Like, you can't obviously Atlanta is just too small. It's just way too small because everybody know everybody. Everybody done got down with everybody. Like, what in the heck is going on? So I'm just intrigued as hell. And then it states that they are both in an uncomfortable situation. Now, the one that I'm seeing who's the most uncomfortable at this point should be Brother Gary, because Brother Gary is the only one in the room with two women. All right. And I mean, just not two women, but two women that I'm quite sure he's been conveying the same information to. And I bet Brother Gary was over there feeding them the same lines, same lyrics, talking about, it's just me and you, ooh, baby. It's just me and you, just us two, maybe three. I don't know, man. Maybe he was feeding it to him. But with all jokes aside, just being real, I think this is the way that Gary is going to be removed from the script. Like, after this, Andi should be done. If she runs back to this brother after all of this, after finding out he potentially, allegedly has a woman pregnant, he's allegedly engaged to this woman. If all of this finds out to be true, then I'm looking for Andi to respond in a way like, I am done, I am through, and since she's done with you, ain't nobody else in the sisterhood gonna take you, bro. So that's the only way I can foresee Gary being out for season 7. And quite frankly, I would not be sad about it at all. Like, this storyline has gone on and on and on, and for me, honestly, if you're not going to treat the woman that you claim you love right, and not place her in situations where you got people possibly shooting at her, trying to, do away with her in, any type of fashion, or you're stepping outside and you got somebody else, quote unquote, pregnant at the same time, then, bro, you don't deserve a woman if that's what you're going to do. And it goes for both sides, for men and women, all right? So going on from there, we see it states that with doubts about his son's safety, Zac and Fatima try to track down Heather's whereabouts. Now, that's interesting because what do you mean they're trying to track down her whereabouts? Did she move? Did she go somewhere else? Like, what's going on? Like, why can't you not track? Now, what was interesting in this trailer as well, we see Fatima having a heart-to-heart with Zac, right? So when they're talking, it seems like she's conveying to him that she once upon a time had a situation that was hard for her to deal with. And I'm assuming, or a lot of us are assuming from the things that we've read and looked at as well, possibly it was a pregnancy that, she had with an ex, and that was a hard thing for her to deal with. And just going through that process with a significant other, when they lose a baby or they go through abortions and things like that, it can be hard. Now, I've never dealt with the abortion part of it, but I have gone through the latter. All right. And neither one of them feels, from what I've been told, neither one of them feel great. All right. On the flip side of this, I think that Zac does not care. Like, with all the shit that he's brought to the table at this point, there is nothing that Fatima can tell this man right here that's going to pull him away from her, unless it's just something totally off the wall. But you telling me that, once upon a time I did this, whoop, 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 and all my skeletons in my closet, sis, like, I'm going to be all right with you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's going to be too bad. My whole thing right now is just, the safety of little Michael, making sure that he's good. I'm questioning, Heather's state of mind right now, because when we previously saw her at Zac's house trying to get him arrested by the police, who, at that point in time was just seeking to get understanding, which I did enjoy because, look, it could have gone a whole different route, but it did not. So I'm glad that it didn't escalate. With that being said, with all the information that, Zac had conveyed to Heather, talking about going to court, I'm wondering if Heather has taken it upon herself to disappear a little bit, which is a little alarming because now we're definitely intrigued by the whole fact that now she's on the run. We don't know what's going on with little Michael. We know that he's trying to get custody of his son that he just found out that he had. And all of this comes down to discretion. Like, you got to pick and choose who you decide to lay down with. Like, Zac chose to lay down with Heather. And we can get into this on another video. But obviously that one night stand is causing him a whole lot of daggone pain right now. You see what I'm saying? And all I'm going to say to Brother Zac right now, was it worth it? Like, right now, you're getting a lot of headache for something that, probably lasted 15 minutes or less. So if there's a message out here that you want to get from this is definitely it. Like, this is real life. So anyhow, man, moving on from there, let's go ahead and deal with this situation, and I'm going to go ahead and close down shop. So we see Karen, and we see old boy coming over there to visit her to make a house call. Now, that's a little strange to me because, if you got to give me a quote, you can call me. Like, just go ahead and pick up the phone, call me, do what you need to do. Like, we can connect that way. But for you to come over to my crib, you said you married, you got 7 kids, well, adopted kids and all of this stuff. I get it. And I don't know, I'm questioning this whole setup right here because I really don't know what's the end game here for Tyler with all of this going down with Jason Weaver's character. I'm just not sure. Like, it doesn't look good. It looks a little sketchy. It may not be anything at all, but you don't want to put yourself in situations where you know that there could be a possibility that you get down with the get down. And the way people are moving right now, shit, I wouldn't put it past them. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just don't think that's a good look, bro, for you to come over to old girl's house and you just met her and y'all had a little vibe here and there. And of course, Pam ain't trying to hear it, but maybe it's nothing because Karen did convey that, she ain't interested in nobody right now. It's just, she herself, you know what I'm saying? And the baby, that's all she's focused on. And Zac, you know what I'm saying? So who knows? I just hope that it doesn't go any place that it does not need to, because we definitely do not need another brother on this show stepping out on his wife. All right. So with that being said, man, let me get up out of here, man. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so y'all don't miss shit that's going down right here. All right. So I'll talk to y'all soon. I'll see y'all later on tonight, man, for Sistas Season 6, episode number 18 from the Blindside. You heard me? So with that being said, man, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.